Primarily going to cover three things. An overview of our market, our performance highlights, and our go-forward priorities. So I'm going to cover Americas, so which is, as you all know, 75% of our book of business today. In Americas, we serve all the four key market segments, which includes health, as you all heard the prior panel, the financial services, the products and resources, which is relatively broad, which includes retail, consumer, manufacturing, logistics, and CMT, communications, media, and tech. Health is our largest business, contributes to roughly 35% of our book of business today. And we serve across the continuum in health, payers, providers, biopharma, and medical devices. And with market-leading platforms, which is TriZetto, which serves 2/3 of US population, we are highly differentiated in this segment, and we are a market leader in health. The next big segment is financial services, roughly 28% of our book of business. Even here, we serve the entire continuum: banks, capital markets, cards and payments, fintech, and insurance. This is a turnaround segment for us. After many years, as you may have noticed, in the last few quarters, we have shown performance improvement, both sequential and year-over-year in this segment. Products and resources. This is a relatively small segment and growing segment for Cognizant, about 22% of our book of business here today across retail, manufacturing, consumer, and logistics. And CMT, communications and media and tech, this smallest segment of our business today, but growing at much faster rate. Historically, as you all probably realized, Cognizant has been heavily indexed towards financial services and healthcare. But over the last 2 years, we have invested in products and resources, and we have accelerated the growth, products and resources and CMT, and we have accelerated growth in those segments. And we have built resilience in our portfolio by broadening our breadth. In the last 8 quarters, now I just want to double click on the performance highlights. In the last 8 quarters, so we have executed with precision on 3 things, on 3 dimensions. First, we focused on winning in the market. Second, we focused on establishing trust with our stakeholders, which includes clients, analysts and advisors, and partners. And third, while doing the above 2, we also focused on enhancing our delivery muscle. Towards winning in the market, we revamped our go-to-market engine. We overhauled our sales engine. And we have tailored our offerings to the markets that we serve. We had precision focus on large deals, winning in large deals. I'm going to double click on that. And towards building trust, we have established high-touch communication and engagement with our clients, all the way from CEOs like Paul. And Ravi himself, he has done 400 to 500 meetings in the last 7-8 quarters. And 40% of those meetings are with CEOs. And it's just not at CEO level, so we have established high-touch engagement at various levels on the client side. And with many of you, partners, with analysts and advisors, we have been constantly engaging with you all. We have been updating on the progress that we are making. We have been previewing the solutions that we are building with all of you and getting your feedback and calibrating those solutions. On the similar lines, we have worked seamlessly with our partner network, and we have launched go-to-market solutions jointly with our partners. And simultaneously, we have enhanced our delivery muscle. We have strengthened our delivery industrialization framework, and we have plugged our capability gaps along the way. A combination of all of these led to the outcomes that you see on the right-hand side of the screen here. The turnaround in financial services segment, acceleration or fastest growth in our health segment, acceleration of our products and resources, communications, media, and tech. Highest ever NPS scores, as Ravi said, 2 years in a row. And we did all this while expanding margins. and contributing to margin expansion for the overall Cognizant. Now, quickly zooming forward, yes, we have executed perfectly on those three dimensions. Now, what's ahead? So we're going to focus on 5 priorities for the next 12 to 24 months. First and foremost, you have heard in the last couple of hours the breadth and depth of capabilities that we have built in AI. So we want to take those to the market. We want to convert that mind share to market share. The next priority. While we serve in those 4 market segments, there are certain sub-segments within those market segments where we are underrepresented. We want to focus on those underrepresented market segments and double down and gain market share in those segments. And third, we just spoke about TriZetto as a platform. So we have platforms in some of our businesses. So we have the world's largest claims administration platform in the TriZetto. Based on our analysis, we also have third largest clearinghouse. So we have shared investigator platform for clinical trials. So we want to lead into market with platform-centric solutions, and we want to expand these platforms into adjacencies and into global markets. And then next, large deals. There is an elevated activity on large deals in the market, primarily driven by 2 things: the vendor consolidation and cost optimization agenda of our clients. So we have executed that well over the last few quarters. We want to build on that momentum, and we want to accelerate in the large deal segment, and now focus on mega deals, which is winning billion-dollar-plus deals. And finally, the 5th priority is GCCs. There is a lot of activity in the GCC space. And we want to be on the right side of the equation for the new wave of GCCs that are emerging. So we have a focused strategy to capitalize this GCC opportunity. So I'm quickly going to double-click each of these. On converting AI mind share to market share, we have explicitly quantified the market opportunity in 3 vectors: enabling hyper-productivity, industrializing AI, and agentifying the enterprise. We have spoken about that in the last few hours. To capitalize on this opportunity, so we have built new AI GTM playbook, go-to-market playbook. And this playbook will have 4 dimensions or 4 vectors. First and foremost is new capabilities. We have built new AI capabilities. We have just not built those capabilities, we have customized it for each of the markets that we operate. And the second dimension of that playbook is new selling skills. So we have infused fresh talent into our sales engine with AI selling skills. Not only that, we have trained 100% of our sales force in AI skills so that they can take our AI offerings to market. The third vector is the new pricing models. Along with our managed services and fixed bid pricing models, we have extended our pricing models to pricing for agents and pricing for outcomes leveraging our GenAI platforms. And the 4th dimension of that playbook is new partnerships. So we have extended our traditional partnership ecosystem to AI natives so that we can leverage their expertise and build joint go-to-market solutions. This 4-dimensional AI GTM playbook is already put to use. So we are executing it across all those 3 vectors of opportunity today. And I'm very glad to let you know that we have conquered the first vector in many ways, enabling hyperproductivity. We are engaged with almost all our clients across the markets that we serve, and are helping them unlock the trapped productivity in the first vector. And we have 1,200 plus active engagements in the second vector, which is industrializing AI. And we are having more than 100 plus active conversations as we speak on the third vector, which is agentifying the enterprise. And this third vector is going to unlock the value pools that we never had access to before. As an example, let's take underwriting. Whether underwriting in a healthcare context or in an insurance context. It has 5 or 6 steps, starting from data gathering, data generation, data validation, profiling, applying the networks and all that. So there are 5 or 6 steps in the process. Historically, clients have outsourced only 1 or 2 steps of the underwriting process. They have kept the remaining 4 steps in-house based on the complexity for the regulatory concerns and the other aspects. Now, we are having active conversations with clients to package underwriting as a service with agent orchestration, with regulatory compliance. So this is the value pool that we never had access to before. And this is the value pool that clients are willing to engage in conversations right now, as an example. So we are having 100+ such conversations to agentify enterprises across our clients. The next is how we want to differentiate with our platforms. TriZetto, as I said, the world's largest claims administration platform. Based on our analysis, we also have the 3rd largest clearinghouse. And our TriZetto platforms serve 2/3 of US insured population today. And we have a clinical trials platform. Over the last 8 quarters or so we have invested heavily into these platforms. We have infused AI into these platforms. We have modernized these platforms. We have built agents on these platforms so that these platforms stay relevant into future. Now, we want to do 2 things with these platforms. We want to expand these platforms into adjacencies. For example, our platforms today, our TriZetto platforms today are heavily payer-centric. We want to expand our TriZetto platforms into provider space for prior authorization that Paul was talking about earlier, or RCM, revenue cycle management. We are also looking at opportunities in dental and vision to expand our TriZetto platforms. And we are also looking at property and casualty insurance space, where if our platforms can be customized into that space, where health insurance platforms can be customized. The second thing that we want to do with our platforms is to take them global. Today, our platforms are catered to the US market. Now we are beginning to see the demand for our platforms globally. Almost all 7 Emirates of UAE have shown interest in TriZetto platforms. So we are trying to customize our platforms and build an Arabic wrapper to take our platforms globally. So with this strategy, we will continue to invest in our platforms and lead with platform-centric solutions. And you have seen the progress that we are making on the right-hand side. So we will continue to grow. We've been growing in this platforms business. The third thing is the large deals and GCCs. Large deals, as I said, there is an elevated level of activity. So we have done really well, and we have done well by doing 3 or 4 things. We were laser focused on the industry solutions. We were extremely agile. And on these large deals, all the way up to CEO were involved. Ravi himself participated in many large deal defenses. And many clients have given us this feedback that this has become a unique differentiator for Cognizant again, the extreme agility. And Prasad spoke about this morning. We have leveraged our AI toolkit that we have built. We have leveraged our AI productivity, our AI and AI platforms to win bulk of these large deals. As you can see on the right-hand side, our large deal wins have more than doubled in the last couple of years. And we want to continue to focus on these large deals market. We want to build on this segment and then focus on mega deals going forward. And now GCCs. As I said, there's a lot of activity in GCCs market. Almost every single client of ours either already have a GCC or is contemplating to have one, or at least thinking of one, having discussions to have one. So we want to address that market, both the clients who already have GCCs and the clients who plan to have GCCs. So for the clients who intend to or who are contemplating to have a GCC, we have incubated a global capability center service line within Cognizant. And we have launched a catalog of microservices, which is talent as a service, recruitment as a service, training as a service, HR as a service, marketing as a service, to help them accelerate their GCC setup. And for the clients who already have GCCs, we want to extend our go-to-market channel, which is client partners and account manager network, to mine those GCCs and be their expansion partner or growth partner. So we started executing on this strategy, and we have seen initial results. We have won 6 deals in the last few quarters, and we have more than 20 plus active conversations with the clients who are planning to set up GCCs. And finally, the 5th priority, focusing on underpenetrated market segments. So we have identified 4 of those: aerospace and defense, energy, utilities and oil and gas, communications, and healthcare provider. Aerospace and defense, complete white space for Cognizant, completely underrepresented. We did not focus on this value pool ever. So we have invested heavily, both organically in building the capability, and we have also invested in a strategic acquisition of Belcan. Similarly, energy, utilities, and oil and gas. While we serve in manufacturing and logistics, this segment has been left unattended, so we are now focusing on it. We are building the market blueprint. We are identifying the value pools and market entry points in collaboration with partners. And healthcare provider and communications, though we serve in these market segments today, we are heavily underrepresented. Most of our healthcare business today is on the healthcare payer side and biopharma side, but we are underrepresented in provider. So we are investing and accelerating growth in the provider space by focusing on adjacencies like RCM and other channels. And same thing with communications and media. While we were heavily indexed on tech, now we are focusing to accelerate on the communications and media. So bringing it all together, over the last 8 quarters, we have successfully executed on winning in the market, building trust with the clients, with all the stakeholders, clients, advisors, analysts, partners, and enhancing our delivery muscle. That becomes the bedrock of our execution engine. On that bedrock, we are going to execute on these 5 priorities that I outlined. And we are confident that on successful execution of these, we can continue to deliver the market-leading growth and help Cognizant pivot to inner circle while expanding the margins. And we are committed to doing that. Thank you.